Hi, thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday for Inside the Valley, and we're so happy to have our friends with Amara Hospice here. Hi, me, Priscilla. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us, and good morning.
So November is Hospice Month.
Yes, correct.
Yes,
And
it's Hospice
so-
Awareness Month, yes.
Talk a little bit about hospice awareness, because I think that if maybe you've never had to deal with this, you probably don't even know too much about it.
Well, I think it's a good time to let most people know that when it comes to end-of-life treatments, hospice is a program that was originally set up by Medicare to help not only the patient, but also the family in helping them adjust to this time period. So when a patient has been diagnosed with a terminal illness or a life expectancy of 6 months or less, hospice and palliative care treatment many times will be the most appropriate for those patients. So this is a good time to make this type of program aware or inform the public that there are these options available when a loved one has been diagnosed and given a prognosis of a terminal illness.
And so this can sometimes be hard on families.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Because with hospice care, we also provide social services and spiritual assistance to help them deal with this end-of-life situation that's going to be coming upon them.
So it's not only helping the patient themselves, but you guys really try to take care of the whole entire family.
That's correct. Hospice care is exactly that. It's providing what is most appropriate medical care for the patient, and then as well as evaluating the family dynamics and how the family is going to help manage the situation, whether it be at home or a nursing home, or in some cases in an inpatient facility, depending on the patient's needs. So each family and each patient has different needs, and there's different situations that arise where being a part of a hospice team, we can provide those additional resources and support.
So talk a little bit about Amara. As for the state of Texas, you guys are sort of unique, right?
Yes, actually what makes us very unique is that we are one of few hospice agencies in the state of Texas who has their own facility. Our facility is an 18-bed facility. We have a full-size kitchen. We have 24-hour care of the nurses and also a physician who rounds daily. There's a beautiful pond in the back of our facility, very tranquil, where families can go outside and have a cup of tea, some coffee, and just kind of talk a little bit about what's going on within their lives as we're approaching this end of life. So that makes us very unique, and we're able to provide these services to our patients and sometimes even our uninsured patients.
Oh, so you guys take uninsured patients?
Yes, absolutely. We have a foundation, our Amara Foundation, and we are able to serve uninsured patients. Many times there are different issues that occur within a family for the reason of them not having this insurance. It could be a person who's had a pre-existing illness, for example, and let's say he has not worked in a while, no insurance, and the prognosis comes into place. We're able to provide these services to the family, to the patient. But it is something that we're trying to really reach out into communities and let them know, any contribution would be very helpful for these families.
So you guys are accepting donations?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. We get calls many times either from the hospital systems or sometimes from the county or social services saying that they have a patient or a resident who has been diagnosed with a terminal illness. The facilities in which they live in are not conducive to proper health care, especially for end-of-life care. They may live in a broken down bus or a trailer home that doesn't have any running water or heat or electricity. They're borrowing electricity from a neighbor, and so in order to provide them with the proper services, many times we'll admit them to our facility so they can get the 24-hour nursing care, and the physician can see them and help stabilize them and help provide them with a little bit more dignity and care and also spiritual support during this time frame. We don't make any judgments as to why they're in the conditions that they're in, but when we're asked to help, and if we can, we certainly provide the same level of service to our funded patients as we do to our non-funded patients. So they could be indigent, non-funded, you know, our goal is to try to help as many people as possible during this time in their life.
Do you guys come across any misconceptions that families have sometimes when they're unsure if they should get hospice care or if that is even, you know, in their realm?
So making the decision for hospice is very difficult. So what we do at Amara Hospice is we talk to our families. We make family sessions with the patient or without the patient, just kind of discussing about what is going on in their lives. We help them through each step of the way, and we walk by their side as much as possible to make sure that they're comfortable with this decision. Not always does the physician need to make to discuss about hospice care. Family can also talk about hospice with their physician if they feel it's appropriate at that time. So we have calls coming in. I take calls all the time from family members, just kind of wondering a little bit more about our service. And once I'm able to discuss with them the detail, they go back to their physician at times and they let them know, you know what, my family member has dementia and stage, and I think we're ready for hospice care. And many of the times, a lot of our families, after the passing, they say, I wish I would have known of this much earlier. To have that time, you know, because it took a lot of, it took a toll on them prior to the passing of their loved one. So if we are able to provide the service before, you know, let's say before 1 week before their passing, much ahead, we're able to really help them out in such a unique way.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. If somebody is sitting at home right now watching this and this is resonating with them, where could they go to find out more information?
Well, they can go into our website, www.amarahospice.com, and or they can also call me up to the facility, 956-283-1550, and I can definitely give them a lot more information regarding the services that we have, and or if they want to contribute anything to our foundation, we would truly appreciate that.
So can they make a donation on your website?
Yes, they can. They can make a donation to our website. They can send in their donations, whatever makes it much easier for them. And this is truly a wonderful service that we are providing for so many uninsured patients. And just like Jaime said, you know, we are, you know, terminal illness is not biased. It takes anyone.
Right.
So we are here to help our families as much as we can, but without these contributions, without, you know, these funds, we were unable to do it as much as we wish we could. So we really are reaching out into the communities and asking them to, you know, to contribute whatever it is that they can to help families in this very desperate time of need.
Absolutely. Well, Jaime, Priscilla, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
All right,
Yes.
thank you guys.
Really
Well, coming up next, we have La Posada Providencia, so stay with us. Inside the Valley, we'll be right back.